Today at the Sheridan Park Gymnasium in Bremerton is a special presentation of ISBN Sports Basketball. It's the Park and Recreation's Athletic Division Basketball League 2022 and 2023 today. It's DJ Joe Frank taking on the Kitsap Admirals. And good evening, everybody. It's a gray, rainy day outside, but we're inside here at the, well, rather chilly Kitsap Gymnasium here at Sheridan Park. And today we have a special presentation of DJ Joe Frank taking on the Kitsap Admirals roster. One of the highlighted players for the DJ Joe Frank and the Bremerton Wildcats is Jalen Davis, who has scored at 53 points earlier in the year. All these players for DJ Joe Frank and the Bremerton Wildcats are members of Mountain View Middle School 8th graders. And those will be Cleum Hunter, Aaron Matthews, Jaquan Davis McQuarter, Emmanuel Scott, Enoch Taylor, and Damon Clark. And they are coached by Jim Portune. Kitsap Admirals roster consists of Brandon Crozier, Rajon McLean, Brandon O'Neill, Deshaun Harrison, Brian Griffin, Jaden Quidawak, well, can't read his writing, Deon Taylor Ray, Capel Smithson, Anthony Moffitt, Arnold Robinson, and Jemiah Smith, and Malachi Koss. Head coach, well, they kind of, it's God's broken home university. And we're about ready for tip-off. If you got all that. Both teams coming in to the contest. Admirals they won their last game. We'll get to the standings in a moment. The ball tipped in the back court. Going from a left to a right are the Kitsap Admirals. Driving in is Jemiah Smith. He can't get that one to drop. Wildcats come back down, long pass down. Into the corner to Aaron Matthews. He's still with it. Converts down by defense of the Admirals. Out to the corner for three. And that was off the mark by Jaquan Davis McQuarter. Oh, now they get up on the board. Both two. We're on needed 2 and 2. Trying to look down and get acquainted with the roster. Carrying the basketball for the Admirals will be a turnover there. And the Wildcats. Nice logo by DJ Joe Frank's Wildcats. Kind of looks like the Portland Trailblazers logo. Pass near side for the Wildcats. Near angle to McQuarter. Gets it back. Feeds it to the corner on the baseline. Back up to McQuarter. He'll toss it half court. And he'll work the ball around to the baseline. Swings it back out to McQuarter. He'll fire a three. In and out, no good. Ball tapped out. Controlled by the Admirals with Kudache. Stolen back by the Wildcats. Driving to the rack is Damon Clark. Bill inbounds off to our left. There was a foul on the play. I didn't see it. No, it's kind of in the first game. Watch the first game. Referees don't say a whole lot. So here's a shot off the mark by the Wildcats. That would dribble out of bounds, and the Admirals will take control of the basketball. The game's knotted up at 2 20-minute halves. They'll run here at Sheridan Park Gymnasium. They'll fire underneath the turnover by the Kitsap Admirals as Deshaun Harrison fires it out of bounds for a man on the baseline. So the Wildcats are bringing up front court there. Cleum Hunter with the basketball. Operating at the three-quarter court mark. We'll feed it to the baseline. Long pass down. And that, from our positioning, that's what I was worried about. The ball is flying our way, and that one did, but carried him off toward the left and out of bounds. Turnover by the Wildcats. And we have a timeout on the floor. We'll take a 30-second timeout. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You're listening to a special presentation of Kitsap Rec Basketball.
They were trying to nail the table there for a second.
What's that?
Looked like he was trying to nail the table for a second.
Yeah, I know, right?
Right at you.
Be diving at me and shit. All right. And welcome back to Sheridan Park Gymnasium. We're still up at 2, 17:47 to go here in the first half of action. The Admirals will inbounds off to our left with Crozier into the hands of Jemiah Smith. Has that pass deflected right back in his face. They toss it over to the far baseline to work the ball around. Driving in is Sean Harrison. Works the back of the ball around to Smith. Smith has a pocket picked and stolen away by the Wildcats by Clem Hunter. And but yet there's a foul on the play on Hunter. Nope, no foul on the play on Hunter. One part is getting used to the referees, and some don't really make what's going on visible. And there's a turnover on the play there. Or a foul. We'll nail that all down with the referees making let us know what's going on here in the broadcast. As the Admirals going from our left to our right, still not up at 2 with 16:52 to go here in the first half. Good defense by the Wildcats. Get it in the hands of Smith. Smith still with it, far angle, feeds it to the baseline, uptaking and driving in. Now kicking back out for Smith for a long three, long shot, long rebound. Rebound comes in to Harrison, who feeds it to the right side, who misses the shot, is Crozier. Here come the Wildcats on the run in the front court. Feeds it to the baseline. And firing up was Recorder, in and out, no good. Rebound pulled down by the Admirals. Smith in the front court. And he turns the basketball over, coming back the other way. Well, after this, we'll be shuffling off to Olympic College Gymnasium to do some public address for Olympic College men's basketball against Tacoma. Wildcats with the basketball. And cross-court pass to Tall and out of bounds. Turnover by the Wildcats. Jim Fortune, their head coach, watching the game intently across from us here at the Sheridan Park Gymnasium. Georgia will take a seat. And coming in for the Admirals is Devon Taylor-Ray. Admirals with a little pattern dribble by Smith. Drives into the free throw line and losing control of the basketball. Tracks it down in the baseline. Feeds it underneath to Coots, who serves it back out to Harrison, who steps back beyond the three-point line. Good defense by the Wildcats by Clem Hunter. Here's Smith for 15. No good. And the Wildcats will get the basketball back. Well, the players will be warming by the time they run up and down the floor a few times. It is always chilly inside the Sheridan Park gym. Here's the race baseline driving. A nice feed underneath. Scooping up and scoring is Damon Clark. 2 points for Clark. 4-2 Wildcats. Smith serves it up in the baseline. And he steps on the sideline. There, turnover by the Admirals is getting the pass, and then looking to go to the rack was Taylor-Ray. Steps on the inline. Turnover for the Wildcats. They'll come in the front court. Serves it back out on top to Hunter. Now a long shot by Taylor. Too strong. There's getting the offensive putback is Damon Clark, who puts it up and in. 6-2. 4 points for Clark. Driving in, hanging up in the air, and hitting is Taylor-Ray. Wildcats coming in the front court, going from a right to a left, and carrying the basketball. A turnover by the Wildcats, leading at 6-4. Admirals coming to front court. Harrison with a rock. Finds wide open underneath as Coots. He goes, went to go up, and he travels with the basketball. He's going to get a technical. Oh, I thought he would. He got up and just fired, discussed it with himself, just fired the ball to the sideline. So a delay of game warning. And we have a timeout on the floor. As we take a quick break, we're back in 30 seconds here from the Kitsap Sheridan Gym. We'll be back in 30 seconds. Out of this by H&K Insurance. We're here for you. We're back. All right. Welcome back to Sheridan Park Gym. Came back here and with the Park and Rec Division game. Here's a long shot from the far corner. Out to mark though good. There's Hunter pulling down the rebound. Gets it back out on top to McWhorter. Driving in is Damon Clark. He'll kick it back out. Now they're firing into Clark. Thrown away by the Admirals. But then stolen away by Smith. And then he walks with the basketball. A turnover by the Kitsap Admirals. Trailing the Wildcats 6-4 with 13:25 to go here in the first quarter play. Clark with it. Gets it back out on top. Get it out to the far side. The ball stolen away by Smith. Uptake by Smith. Drives baseline and Smith. Gets it back out to Harrison. Good defense by McWhorter on him. He fakes right, goes left. Nice scoop to the rack, but he can't get it to drop. Is Harrison. Admirals will get the ball back. Now they'll serve it back up and flipping it up and in is Brian Griffin. Knocks the score up at 6. With 13:10 to go here in the quarter, and going to drive in for the Wildcats. And walking with the basketball. Turnover by the Wildcats. They don't have numbers on the front of their jerseys, so they have to wait for their turnaround. So traveling with the basketball is Clem Hunter. Clock stopped, 12:52 to go. Inbounding just off to our left. It'll be Devon Taylor Ray. And
I got you, fam, but he's a high schooler, man. We got to show them respect. You feel me? We have to leave our example, family. Get out my chest. That's all I'm saying, fam. Let's get it.
So
That's all I'm saying.
I was just kind of listening,
All right, Coach. I want to say thanks, Brad.
listening to the little banter between the head coach of the Wildcats and one of the referees. I feel like maybe not getting any kind of respect at some level. But here they come in the front court. Harrison with the basketball. Drives in from 10 feet. Keeps it short. Get a little physical out there. He's getting the rebound is Damon Clark. Going coast to coast. Just up. Nice pass on the play and converting the lane is McWhorter. 4 points from McWhorter and an 8-6 lead by the Wildcats. And coming back the other way, the Admirals will turn the basketball over. And we have a timeout on the floor called by the Bremerton Wildcats. And with that said, we will take one as well. We're back in just a moment, in 30 seconds after words by Chiropractic Lifestyle Center, your path to health and healing. Everything that paused it on?
Yep.
Must have been the battery that was doing it.
It had to be because the clock stops now. Counter.
Should have brought my hand warmers in.
Right?
I might have one in my bag. All right, ready? 3, 2, 1. All right, welcome back to Sheridan Park Gymnasium. Well, it's a 8-6 Wildcats lead. As we promised we'd get to some of the standings. As it looks like this, as of 3 games, the Wildcats with a 2-1 record. The Fab 5 plus Luke is 2-1. The Kitsap Admirals 2-1. So it's a big game in these standings as far as the Park and Rec Boys League goes. Then Rim Rockers coming in at 0-3. Action from the Sheridan Park Gym, driving in for the Admirals over the Wildcats. And we have a foul on the Wildcats on Deshaun Harrison. And it seems like it's getting a little chippy in here. Here's Clem Hunter driving in from 15 feet and hits. 4 points for him unofficially. 10-6 is your score. Wildcats on top. Shot off the mark. Getting the rebound is Brandon O'Neill. He goes up and is fouled on the play. See if it's a shooting foul or if it was a foul before he got the shot up. And indeed, he will be going to the free throw line. Brandon O'Neill for the Kitsap Admirals. 10-6 is your score. 10:41 to go. And, well, here the clock does not stop, no matter what. So the free throw off the mark by Brandon O'Neill. Kieran's off left out the free throw. They'll attempt his nickname, Lil Duke. And we have nonetheless, we have a lane violation called against the Kitsap Admirals. And they do not convert any of those free throws. Wildcats will slowly come into front court. Here's Clem Hunter, has the ball stripped away from him. Picking off the floor is Harrison, drives in as he sends it up to Taylor Ray, and he walks with the basketball. Another turnover. You see that a lot. They don't put the ball down before they go to make their move. They shuffle their feet. That's a traveling violation. With 9:40 and ticking here in the first half. Low scoring halfway through. With the Wildcats on top 10-6 and waiting to inbounds off to our right. Hunter will bring the ball out of backcourt for the Wildcats. Sharp looking jerseys by the Wildcats. Hunter will drive in, kick back out for a long 3 air ball. And a go out of bounds. The shot taken by the Wildcats last time by Jaquan Davis McWhorter. 10-6 is your score as the Admirals will inbounds off to our left. For the Admirals, it's Jathan Quidoche bringing it into front court. He'll give it up. And then a long shot taken by Smith. He gets the Admirals back in at 10-9 and it drills a triple. Come back to Wildcats off to our left. Driving in, popping one from 18 feet and hitting for DJ Joe Frank and the Bremerton Wildcats is McWhorter. 7 points for McWhorter now in this game. And it's 13-9 as the Wildcats extend their lead. Driving back in. Right hand floater off the mark by Jamal Smith. Long pass down, going with a left hand scoop, laying and hitting is McWhorter. He's heating up. 15-9, biggest lead of the day for the Wildcats. Here's Smith with the basketball. Serves up left side, gets it back. He'll fire a 3. Smash. Jamal Smith, a better pair of triples for him. 14-12. And here is the Matthews going on the baseline, kicking back out for another long 3. And missed it off the mark. Then the offensive rebound, sticking back in is Damon Clark. 16-12.
Yeah, they didn't count that 3-pointer for some reason.
Yeah, I was just looking at my... They didn't count the 3-pointer for whatever reason. So we're going to stick with a score at 16-12. Wildcats come up with a steal. Here's Hunter going in left hand. Lane has a rejected right back in his face. And it will go off him and out of bounds. Going up and blocking that one out of bounds for the Kitsap Admirals with Jathan Quidoche. And the Wildcats will go back on defense. The Admirals will get the basketball on the left baseline, inbound it to Coots. They come back the other way. I'm going to have to nail down here. You know, they write this stuff down for me right before the game on changes, and you can't read or write it. Go figure. That's not the first time that's happened. Driving in for the Admirals. And going up to the right-hand runner there in Matthews, who scores and is fouled on the play. We get the whack and the 1. 18-12. It's 6:24 to go here in the first half. Matthews. A long shot, smash by Smith. His third triple. Closes the gap, 18-15. Ball comes back yet away. That's Clark. And he is fouled on the play, driving down the baseline. All right, here's the inbounds pass. I think he stepped out of bounds. The referee didn't see it, and trading the three-pointer was McWhorter. 21 to 15.
Thank you. Run the floor. Hey, get open, fellas. I got to cut. Get open.
Smith, long three, front rim. Off the mark. Outlet pass. Off the rebound by the Wildcats. By Enoch Taylor. Gets it to the baseline for three by Matthews, off the mark. Rebound pulled down by the Admirals. Long pass down, intercepted on the play by Matthews. He'll come in on the run into front court, kicks it out to the far elbow. Clark put it on the baseline. It comes from the near side to the far side, and eyes a three and hits it. Damon Clark extends the lead now, 24 to 15. That's the biggest lead of the game for the Wildcats. With 4:40 to go here in the first half. There's a long shot. Uses the window and hits the banks. Are open. And that was Smith hitting the shot. 12 points unofficially. Pass to the far side off the hands of Clark and out of bounds. Turnover by the Wildcats, leading it by 6, 24 to 18. 4 minutes to go here in the first half. And so here's Jemiah Smith bringing the ball out of backcourt for the Wildcats. Unofficially for him, he's got 12 points, all threes. He dribbles in. As I say, that goes up in the air and try to get it to Coots on the baseline. Off his hands. Steal by the Wildcats and floating in the rack is Damon Clark. He scores. 26 to 15, 26 to 18 now. Here's a steal. And a kick ball by the Wildcats. And the Admirals playing good defense. And see now the Wildcats will inbounds the ball off to our left underneath their own basket. With 3:20 to go here in the first half. Get it inbounds. Turning, twisting, and just putting up an off-balance shot for Wildcats was Enoch Taylor. Smith comes back the other way. Good defense by the Wildcats. They'll just converge on him. Find a man on the baseline. He'll fire up a three off the mark. Ball tapped out by Clark. Controlled by the Wildcats. Driving in is Taylor. Out to Hunter. Trying to the free throw line. Good defense by the Admirals. McWhorter with it. To Clark. Near angle for three. Couldn't get a drop. Is going up as McWhorter gets the opposite rebound. Then going back up and is fouled on the play and the putback. Smith will get the foul for the Admirals. And going to the free throw line, be Jaquan Davis McWhorter to shoot 2 free throws. To see if they can extend that lead, 26 to 18. And he'll bend, flex, and hit the free throw. 3, 5, 7, 9, 12, 13 points unofficially for McWhorter. They're missing their leading scorer, Jalen Davis, who dropped 53 earlier in the year. 53 points. I was watching the start of the NBA game last night, and they were showing the players that have scored a lot. Somebody has scored, I can't tell you who it is, because they scored 71 points in the NBA this year. Of course, you know, Will Chamberlain scored 100 in the game. I wonder if that would be done. Driving the baseline is Devon Taylor Ray. In scoring, closing the gap, 28 to 20. Johnny Mack the other way, having a shot block is McWhorter. Back the other way for the Admirals, hanging in the air is Deshaun Harrison, 2 hits. Just like that, it's 28 to 22. Clark up fakes, steps back, tries to skip it out to the baseline on the far side. It sails out of bounds. Turnover by the Wildcats. 1:10 to go here in the first half of action. Came back here from the Sheridan Park Gym, the Brick Palace. Nice crowd. filtering in on a Saturday. Long shot for 3. Back iron, no good by Harrison. Going in with a rebound is Griffin. He can't get the shot to drop. Controlling it is Brandon O'Neill. So that hits the side of the backboard. Admirals still with it. Good defense by the Wildcats. Back to O'Neill for 3. That hits the side of the backboard. Clark will track down the rebound. Long outlet pass to Hunter. Cut off there by the defense of O'Neill. He'll slide it back underneath. Try to get the ball out to Taylor. Ball tapped away. Clark controls it. Spins back and rack. Nice move by Damon Clark. Heck of a move by Clark. Extends the lead now 30-22 for the Wildcats. With 13 seconds to go here in the first half. Hear him count it down. Here's with the basketball training for the final shot. He's got 2. Need to get a shot off for a long 3 at the buzzer. And at the defense by the Wildcats. That will sail wide and long. Does not draw iron. And with zeros on the clock here in the first half, you see the score. Off to our left, the score is at halftime. It's the Wildcats 30. The Admirals 22. We'll take a quick pause. We'll be back with second half action when we return. I'm going to run a 30-second break here after these words by PC Parts and Service.